September 19th. Heading south on Route 281, north central Nebraska. I'm a few miles south of O'Neill, and I'm heading south to Grand Island, where I'm going to stay at a campground for a few days. I left downtown Valentine this morning, Valentine, Nebraska. Stayed there for 4 days. I was able to play a really nice golf course, the Prairie Club, the Dunes course. There's a couple of courses there, and this is the more famous one. Frankly, it's, you know, a lot of people have never heard of this course, but it's one of the best out there. And it's funny because it's in the middle of Nebraska on a small road 18 miles south of a small town in the middle of nowhere. And a little bit, maybe an hour or two south of that course in Mullen, Nebraska, is another very famous golf course, unfortunately very private, called Sandhills Golf Course. Ben Crenshaw and I think somebody else designed it. Ultra private, and it's even more remote. Just something about the Nebraska Sandhills. They're very conducive to building wonderful golf courses. Actually, links type golf courses without the ocean, like they have in Scotland and Ireland, a few other places, I guess. The Sandhills is a big area, very pretty, and remote, mainly farms, cattle, that a lot of people just have never heard of, but it's really nice, and it's worth going through and traveling through it and staying there. It's a similar idea to the Palouse, which I went and saw in Washington. Really nice area, but relatively unknown. So I'm changing. I left Valentine because there's not a lot to do there, and the flies are kind of bad. I'm hearing that that's more of a Nebraska issue, but it was, you know, nice to play that golf course. I wanted to play the second 18 there, but you know, I kind of had a little situation where when I was playing the other course, I got stuck behind a big group, an eightsome, where it was real slow, and I was playing the last hole in darkness. I didn't want to get anywhere near that and then have to drive back 20 miles and then hook up the car and get ready for the next day of traveling, knowing I was leaving in the morning. So I didn't play it. I will. I'll be back. I did go to another course that was supposedly just east of Valentine, and it was on the GPS system, and I punched it in and I followed the directions, and when I pulled up and it said I was there, I was not there. It was nothing. A few houses. There was probably a golf course there at one time. It went belly up, and they sold the land and built a little subdivision, it looked like. So I didn't get to play yesterday, even on a secondary course. No big deal. So while I was doing that, I also took a little hike and went out on a railroad trestle that's been converted. Not just the trestle, but the entire railroad line into a bicycle trail. I think they call it the Cowboy Trail. And I followed it for about 100 miles coming on the trip today. Pretty cool. And up on that trestle, almost a little scary, because it's just one track and it's way up in the air. Anyway, had a good time doing that, and I look forward to seeing some football this weekend, because this campground has TV, and that's a big thing now with college football and pro football.
every time he pulled it, they had committed so much and sold out so much to Amir Abdullah. He had all kinds of running room. And I think that is a